Common Knowledge Podcast, just a man doing the best he can with what he got. Welcome home, Brittney Griner. It's been a long slog. It's been a long, hard push. I myself personally signed some petitions, been beating the drum on this for months, and it's good. I'm glad to see Brittney home. Hope she's in good health, and this is a win. This is a win for activism. This is a win for the Biden administration to get Brittney Griner home. Good move. This is not only a win for the Biden administration, it's a win for America. For anybody out there that put in work, wrote letters, signed petitions, beat the drum on this. Yo, this is your time to dance in the spotlight. You did it. All your hard work paid off. Brittney's home. I myself have been championing this cause. I've signed some petitions. I've done multiple podcasts about this. And I've been talking and conversating with anybody who wanted to listen about this. But I made a comment on the socials and I said, I've been watching this story, signing petitions, and finally Brittney is home. This is a win for America. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mama. If she's no longer with us, go dig her up and argue with her. Brittney Griner, USA. And folks saw that. They was like, yo, Marcus, you being mad petty right now. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's just, why would I argue with you right now? I've been arguing this for the last 4 months, vocally and publicly. She's home now. It's a win. I'm going to enjoy the win. What me arguing about it right now going to do? Nothing. So why argue? Why engage? You have a right to be mad or upset about this. I have no idea why you're so mad. Most people, your arguments are baseless and just make no damn sense to me, but you have a right to be mad. But I don't have to engage with this argument, not when I got multiple podcasts and almost damn near 2 hours worth of content about this topic that you can go look at and see my position. It hasn't changed. I'm super consistent on this. The fact of the matter is, y'all don't really care. You just want to be heard. You just want to be performative and be heard and say you disagree. I already know that. So why would I argue with you? Like, it was a purpose of me arguing while she was still detained and try to lobby people and try to bring awareness, but she's out now. Dude, sometimes you got to take the win. It's like, arguing is pointless, man. And a lot of you guys just want to argue for no goddamn reason. I'm good on that. I'm straight. Like, I will engage in conversation when it's relevant. And I'm okay with hearing the counterpoint. But right now, dog, I'm just going to enjoy the win, dog. Because once again, most of y'all don't care. But people want to argue with you. And they don't even want to listen to your position or tell you why they disagree with the position you made. They just want to yell. And sometimes, man, it ain't time to yell. It's time to listen. Like, bro, we can agree to disagree, but we ain't going to keep on going back and forth on a subject that I've been talking about for the last 4 months. I'm just not going to do it, dog. Like, the arguments that people been giving me really make no damn sense to me. Like, one of the most common arguments right now is Brittney Griner wasn't worth an exchange for Victor Bout. Okay, first, let's just say this. Most of y'all didn't know who Victor Bout was until his name came up in an exchange. You didn't know about Victor Bout. You didn't know his track record. Maybe you saw the Nicolas Cage movie, but you probably didn't put together that movie was about him. Do y'all think dude's gonna go back out now and do more arms sales? And if he is doing arms sales, are y'all willing to take Russia to war over this? Because that's the next step. If you're saying this guy is dangerous and Russia wants him, then Russia got to be held accountable for anything he does from here on out, right? Right? Which goes to the question, why does Russia want this guy? And it's obvious. Putin just trying to get a win right now, dude. Dude is getting his ass kicked over there in Ukraine, which is actually a proxy war for America. Which, look, man, we should be out there supporting the Ukrainians, but this is the cheapest war we're going to have for Russia. Without putting American lives on the line, you want to be honest, dude. Like, this is in the USA's favor to back Ukraine and bring Russia to their knees. And Putin knows that, dog. So this is just a way to thumb his nose at the Western countries, America in particular. Go ahead and give me Victor, because that's a symbol. And if you go back to my previous podcasts, you'll know what I feel about symbols. Symbols are important, man. Countries galvanize around symbols. And you want to talk about the symbol of Brittney Griner? If you read the Mueller report, the first chapter, you would know that Russia has done reconnaissance on us, and they know our Achilles heel is race relations. Race relations and sexual orientation. So if you make the focus about a gay, black, lesbian woman who protested the unfair treatment, her perceived unfair treatment of blacks in America, oh yeah, that's a super divisive issue. You think Putin don't know that? And it's working. Because y'all can't even take the win of America getting the American back. Honest question. Like, the next step is taking Russia to war, right? If you're saying this guy is so dangerous and he's going to go out there and do more arms sales, and if you think this guy was disconnected and about to go out here and do some more arms sales, do you think he wasn't doing them already when he was in custody? If you think this man's connection is that damn deep. Honest question. America knows where he's going. They know who got him. He was an arms dealer. He wasn't pulling the trigger. He was just out there selling weapons, much like Oliver North. Look up Iran-Contra. He wasn't using the weapons. He was just selling the weapons. The one thing I know about the American ethos is y'all don't believe that arms dealers should be held accountable. Because you can't even sue the American gun company. Ask the families of Sandy Hook. We still got gun show loopholes. Man, y'all don't care about arms dealers, dog. Y'all don't. Which goes to the argument a lot of folks try to make is, why did we get Brittney Griner out for drug use and marijuana in a foreign country when we got Americans in America being held up on drug charges for marijuana? And that's because y'all don't care, dog. Like, you don't care. Y'all ain't out here doing work or spreading awareness about this. Y'all just using that as a counterpoint because you don't like Brittney Griner. Because if you knew anything, you would know there's bipartisan legislation right now in Congress to try to expunge the records of anybody got caught with marijuana. That's happening right now. But y'all don't care. Y'all not looking that up. They're just basically using that point to say, I don't like Brittney Griner. And that's just stupid to me. Look, man, black and brown people are disproportionately locked up for marijuana use and have had their freedom stripped away. So if y'all really dead ass serious about this, like, I'm with you. Let's do it. But y'all not. And that's what pisses me off about the situation, man. This is a real issue that needs to be dealt with, but y'all not out here galvanizing or out here trying to get this really done. Y'all just using it as a talking point, bruh. And people's lives are in the balance right now. Why did we get Brittney Griner out on marijuana when people in America are getting stuck with marijuana? Then let's get them out. We can do two things at once. We can walk and chew gum. But that ain't the point. Y'all ain't trying to make change or do anything substantive. You're just trying to argue. And if I'm wrong, put your money where your mouth is, man. Show me your petition. Show me what you're doing in the movement, dog, and I'm with you. I'm going to be right out there with you. I'm going to sign a petition. I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to do some podcasts. I'm going to go out there and be active. I'm going to donate some money. Let me know what you need if you're the person out there actually trying to push this agenda. But you're not. Most of you not. If you are, like I said, man, give me the paperwork. Which leads to the next argument y'all making that y'all don't really care about. Why did we get Brittney Griner and we didn't get the Marine? First, his name is Paul Whelan. Most of y'all didn't know that. Next, he was locked up for espionage in 2018 under President Trump. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all didn't care. The detention of Brittney Griner brung attention to Paul's plight. So now y'all know about it. Let's just be 100% honest, man. You guys didn't know about Paul. He wasn't out here banging the drum in 2018 for Paul. We didn't know. And like I said, most of y'all didn't know Paul got locked up for espionage. So let's just look at this on paper. Basketball player who went to Russia for work and got caught with 1 gram of hashish oil versus ex-Marine who went to Russia, got caught spying? Which do you think is more severe if that happened in America? Which do you think is more severe? Spy getting 16 years for espionage. Basketball player getting 9 years for a gram of marijuana. Which one do you think is more unfair? If we're being honest about the situation. If that happened in America, which one you think should get more time and which one's being treated unfairly? Especially when the average time for somebody getting caught with a gram of marijuana in Russia, first time offender, is only probation. Probation to 3 months in prison. She got 9. Who's being treated more unfairly? And I think it's good to say that Paul has maintained his innocence the whole way. He said he didn't commit a crime. However, the Russian officials did find a USB drive with state secrets on it when they convicted him. And Paul does admit that the USB drive was given to him, but he thought it was like family photos. So I want y'all to apply that same logic y'all applied to Brittney when y'all said, well, she broke the law and now she got to pay the price. That has to apply to Paul too, right? Paul broke the law, right? So if your argument is that we should get Paul besides Brittney, then you have to throw away the argument you made previously, because they both broke laws in Russia. Laws that we can think are stupid, but them the laws, right? Because that was the argument y'all made with Brittney Griner. She broke the law. So did Paul. So that's another argument y'all got to throw off the table, right? Right? So Paul ain't just 100% innocent in this situation, but once again, y'all don't care. Y'all don't care about the particulars. You're just hearing Marine versus basketball player. And you know the basketball player you don't like because you don't like what she stood for. And her using the rights and privileges that come with being an American. You don't like that. So you're going for the Marine. But y'all have no idea the background is Marine. Once again, who was locked up under the Trump administration, who did nothing. Nothing. Didn't try to get him out. Even Paul's family has said right now, man, the Biden administration has reached out way more than the Trump administration. So they're working, but y'all don't care about that. This is just a chance to shit on Brittney. And all the hard work folks been out here doing to try to get her out. And she's out now. But once again, y'all don't care. You just looking for any reason to say you don't like Brittney Griner. Which is cool, but I ain't finna argue with you about that shit. She's home now. Just be mad. And let's go get Paul. That's what we need to be saying. How are we gonna get Paul? What's the next thing? But y'all don't really care about Paul. Y'all just care about Brittney being out. Which is sad, dog. And I've been posting links to my previous podcasts, so if people really want to know my opinion, you can go back and hear it. Matter of fact, I will attach my previous podcast behind this podcast. But the people who really claim they want to know my opinion, I bet you that they're not listening to this podcast right now. Why? Because just like with Brittney Griner, you don't really care. And you just want to yell. Just want to be heard. Don't want to listen. And I don't feel like y'all shitting on the happiness that I feel with Brittney Griner being home.